Mickey17 is an okay movie. Mickey17.
Oh, yes. I like that movie. You didn't get some of the context, though, because you didn't read the book.
Yeah, look, I didn't read the book. I didn't know there was a book.
I yapped about the book like 700 times.
And I think that's why it bombed and flopped at the box office. Because no one's read the book. Yeah, it's bombed at the box office. It's flopped. Yeah, it's
way. They had so many sessions.
I think it's only made 35, 40 mil last time I read, and it has 100 mil budget or something like that.
It looked like it had like 14 production companies.
Don't think people want to see Mark Ruffalo with really bad fake veneers struggling to say his lines. I know, there were times where I'm just like...
I thought it was hilarious.
Like, look, the movie's funny.
Yeah.
In a way, because it's quirky. And I said this when we were walking to KBBQ. It felt too much like an A24 movie. Like it was trying to be funny, quirky, with like some Cthulhu vibe undertone, this and that, weird cult stuff. And... yeah, I just don't think, like, it's a great streaming movie. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's a Sunday streaming movie.
I think I got lucky that I appreciate it, because I don't even know when did I read that book. Years ago. It was a couple of years ago or something. I don't know, because I was reading, like, Ready Player One and all those kinds of books. And then this one, I think, got recommended. And it was like, oh, funny sci-fi novel, whatever. And it just looked like a kind of an easy read. So I read it. And I was like, no shade, because, you know, we're here now. But I thought the book was kind of mediocre. Like, it felt like there was something missing from it. But I was like, this would make a pretty great film. This would make a pretty funny movie. I'd watch that. And then next minute, I'm like, oh, yeah. Making a movie. Yep. Sounds about right. Here comes Brad Pitt with his whole wallet.
Yep.
So...
one of the executive producers.
Yeah. But I don't know. Well, to be fair as well, I think Robert Pattinson was pretty great for that character, though. Even reading the book, I don't know who else I would have put in that role, even though they made 17 such an absolute little bitch. They really did. But it makes you appreciate 18 a lot more too. Because he's just such a cunt.
Yep.
And you're just like...
Yep.
You're just like, yeah, okay. There's enough contrast there that it's like, yeah, I can tell the difference between the Mickeys, and it makes it so funny that 18 is just so absurd and just taking over his whole life.
Yeah.
But then it's almost like it ends up like Mickey doesn't matter anymore by the end of it. It's all just about stopping Mark Ruffalo becoming the supreme ruler of the universe or something.
Yeah.
It was so... I don't know. It goes crazy in the last half.
It does. And I think it was way too long. It was a 2-hour movie.
I didn't even know that it was going to be that long. I didn't expect it to be that long.
2 hours and 7 minutes.
I thought it was going to be 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Something like that. They could have easily have cut half an hour of stuff out.
They could have cut it. But I did appreciate some of the moments. Like even just that opening. The opening where he falls in and his mate's like...
Yeah, like that stuff.
I thought that was hilarious.
Like that stuff makes sense. The thing I have is the fact that when he started filling in the backstory,
yeah, it was like a half-hour intro.
It just went on for way too long, and I feel like that. Like I was reading, I read. Funnily enough, I read this on the Reddit the other day that there was an alternate cut that Warner Brothers did of the movie that tested better than the director's cut of the movie.
But the director got final say, didn't he?
No, Warner Brothers apparently, could have been whatever, they said, we're happy to release your vision for the movie. But now it's like, the Warner Brothers cut tested better, like 10% better, 10 points better. But would that have made a difference? Because I still feel the movie, even if they cut out a little bit here and there, it still meanders.
It was a bit bumpy,
like,
for sure.
Don't get me wrong, it's not a shit movie. It's not bad. It's just not. It's not a movie where you're like, oh my god, I gotta watch it again. I can't believe it's Mickey17, babe. Oh my god.
I didn't walk out saying that.
Yeah, like
I didn't. I walked in saying that. I didn't walk out saying that.
It's not one of those movies. It's a good movie in a sense. And I'll fill you in a secret. Stabby's hated it.
Of course he did.
He told me it was shit.
Of course he did.
Boring. And I'm like, I'll watch it. And I'll tell you. I don't think it's a boring movie. I just think there's a reason why it's kind of bombing at the box office is that I feel like every third movie coming out is like that. Like Blink Twice.
It's getting a bit like we're swinging too far.
Do you remember when we wanted to watch Blink Twice? Channing Tatum. I watched that when it came out on streaming and I was like, yeah, okay.
Who's supposed to watch it with me?
It was an ensemble cast.
What the hell, man?
It was basically like someone had watched Knives Out and went, oh, I'm going to make a movie like Knives Out with an ensemble cast, but it's going to be slightly different.
It did seem like it was.
And I watched it, and it does the same thing as Mickey17 does. It starts off kind of weird thriller, kind of everyone's cultish and crazy, and then by the end, it just goes like full nuts. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah. But like, it had Channing Tatum, Christian Slater, it had the chick from Mickey17, the African American British chick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was in it.
Yeah.
It had the one with the freckles. I can't remember her name. Like, it had a certain amount of people, actors and actresses in it where you're like, oh my god, look at the ensemble cast. It has to be good. And then you're like, oh, okay, it's kind of all right. And it was directed by Zoe Kravitz.
Blink Twice?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But it's like, that's what Mickey17 reminded of. Like, oh, look at this ensemble cast. Robert Pattinson, Mark Ruffalo with his teeth, Toni Collette.
I can't wait for that new Christopher Nolan situation.
Look, Nolan does good movies. All right? He has not had a miss yet, except for Dunkirk. I never watched Dunkirk, so I don't know. No, but like every film that's like this, like Mickey17 feels like it's a quirky A24 style film where it starts off thingo, and I feel like every second, third movie coming out's like that now. Like, and there are some movies that I don't know, they just shouldn't be coming out in cinema. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't. Like,
I appreciate watching the cinema personally.
What was the Ryan Gosling one?
They did it for us.
Fall Guy.
Oh, the Fall Guy, yeah.
I think you were like, yeah.
We watched that. My parent.
Yeah. Like, you watched it with your parents, and it was
I watched it with my parents, and I was astounded by the fact that they made it the way that they did. And I was like, this is so cool of a concept to show like what stunt people do, the lengths to which they go for cinema. Like, this shit is crazy. That's fucking awesome. But I think it was like, I don't even remember. I just remember the spectacle, but it was like the story itself was just like,
yeah, like I like
it was like this weird. It's like, yeah, fair enough. There's like a love story in it somewhere, but it was a bit.
Yeah, and that's how I felt with Mickey17. It was like, it looks grand and spectacular, and the CGI effects are like there were two moments where I went because I could see the face replacement deep fake.
When?
When they first were fighting underneath the printing machine, when the Mickey18 first tried to kill.
The twin shots.
When Mickey18 was sitting there looking over the fire furnace hole, and then Mickey17 got up with a dumbbell, his face was so blurred and obscured because obviously they can't sit there and do a face replacement on an out of focus plate. And I could see it. Like, I saw how blurred the face was compared to the body, and I was like, and the tracking was off. And then there was a second moment, I can't remember exactly, where his face just looked very briefly kind of digital, and like off color, and I think the reason it works is because the movie's not well lit in certain areas. Like it's very dull and grey, and that works to their favour. And obviously, when they're outside, it's white, like underexposed white. But there were 2-3 moments where I'm like, oh, I can see the obscuring.
See,
this.
I was looking for it because I was like, surely, but I didn't.
I have peripheral vision.
Yeah.
I have peripheral
If you know, you
vision.
know. Look both ways when you cross the street.
Like I can't see the 2-year-old running 5 meters to my left. Babe, watch out. Meanwhile, the kid's all the way over there, like 6 meters away from me.
Oh, you nearly tripped on him.
And the dad was like, "Hey, it's okay, it's alright."
I would be interested to see the Warner Brothers cut though, just for spicy memes. I just want to know what it was. I hope they release it. I just want to see. Like the opposite Zack Snyder. Is
Maybe, I don't know.
The other one that was
4 hours Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah,
that didn't exist.
Like the opposite to that. I would just be curious to watch it to see what changed. But as I said, like I agree with you. It wasn't a fab overall movie, but it had moments that I like. Yeah, I was like kicking my feet.
It was a movie that you appreciated because you had read the book.
I really like the actors in it as well.
Because you wanted to see how it translated to film. Whereas for me,
you're just watching it as like, is this a good flick?
I don't mind Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Whatever. Toni Collette, obviously she's been in a few things. I don't mind her either. I think she was in Hereditary. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Robert Pattinson, the Batman, and whatever that other one he did with the Safdie brothers, that was an A24 movie where him and his brother are the thieves, I think it is.
Good Time.
Yeah, like he's had and Tenet.
Yes.
Like I don't mind watching him, but he's not, like that's not an ensemble cast where I'm like, I've got to go watch this in the cinema.
I'm just always interested to watch him because he's always...
Like it's a quirky
he's becoming
role.
More and more different all the time, and I'm always just curious to see like what he does next.
Yeah,
that's why I'm always interested.
And I'm not gonna lie, I hated his accent voice. At the
it
start.
It was
like
pretty
it was.
intense.
I thought it was like, and we're going. I thought it was like doing some weird undercover Boston cop from the Bronx kind of. With the Mickey17, and that was going to do my thing. And I fell down the hole. I thought it was going to break me in half. And I'm like, what's this guy doing? It's going to break me in half. I'm going to break me in half. And now I fell down the hole. I'm alive. I'm still alive. And I don't know why I'm still alive.
My girlfriend is the best, and she's the only one who ever loved me.
Yeah, it was like a weird Joker kind of, my girlfriend was the best, and she loved me. And I'm like, it took me me 15, 20, 17. Well, that's the thing. It took me like 15, 20 minutes to be like, all right, I've eased on the voice now. But at the start, I'm just like... It was a pretty intense entry. Yeah. It was pretty intense. Like it was a heavy...
I think I immediately chuckled.
You did.
I did.
I think you did, yeah.
I did. And then I saw, Stephen Yeun?
Yes. And when he rocked up and his head popped out.
I was like, oh, fucking God.
His little round head. His head.
His little round head with his little moustache. His tiny little mouth.
It was like...
I just love.
You love that, Mickey?
Like I love those. Like they're usually you can't have a whole film like that, but those like little awkward interactions when it's edited in this weird kind of. I enjoy that.
And that's what I think.
That's funny to me.
I think they needed to have more of those quirky edited scenes versus the really long drawn out exposition scenes, because that's what I think people kind of were like.
But also they did have some of those quirky like dialogue scenes, but it seemed like some of them went on too long, like someone started riffing on improv or something and they were like, oh, let's just
see where it goes,
let's just leave all of it in the movie. And it's like, we could have finished this conversation like 30 seconds ago. It's fine. Except for the do it, leave that in forever. I can't.
Do it. Do it.
I lost it.
Because it was
so just out of left
field. It was a random cut. Like it just cut straight to it. Like, do it.
Yeah.
And it was so abrupt.
And he was so committed to it.
And his face was like, do it.
He was just
like the Jack Nicholson, do it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
Look. I hope this picked it up. I hope you can hear the Look, it's definitely a good movie in a sense, but it's not a blockbuster movie, and I don't know if they're going to make that $100+ million back in its theatrical run. And I guarantee you, in 6 months' time, you're going to cop a whole bunch of articles that are like, this Robert Pattinson movie that bombed at the box office is a massive wonder hit on streaming services and it's #1 worldwide. Every movie now is like that.
Yeah.
Movies that got obliterated, that made $5 at the box office 10 years ago, now it's like,
everyone's watching on Netflix.
This movie that flopped with a $60 million budget is now a streaming success hit on streaming services and it's never been more popular before in its existence. And I'm like... half these people are watching it and it's just playing in the background while they do other things.
Like a one-hit wonder from like 1982.
Look, it's not a bad... Look, Mickey17 is not a bad movie. It's just... It's a quirky movie that has a very... I feel like a niche audience that...
I'm the niche audience.
The niche audience, and I don't think it had the star power ensemble that they were kind of hoping for it to be like, we're going to make hundreds of millions at the box office. It's like... There was another A24 movie, I think it was. I don't know if it was A24, called Rumors. It's a weird movie where it had another ensemble cast where they're all world leaders. They get lost in this forest, and it's a ethereal Cthulhu.
I think I wanted to watch. I
sent you a trailer for that, and I was like, "Oh, this looks quirky." Blah blah, but absolutely, like, I think just bombed at the box office again. Like, that's what I feel. Everyone now is trying to do these style movies in the sense of every second, third movie comes out like this. It's weird, quirky tones. It doesn't appeal to a massive audience. And then everyone's like, this movie's shit. I bombed at the box office. And it's like, yeah, because it's like... Because
the people who are going to watch it most are going to watch it on streaming.
Yeah, 100%. and that's what I think it feels like. I think it would have done way better if it was a streaming movie from the start, but at the same time, they spent $100+ million on it because of all the VFX and the massive... I'm assuming that ship set would have cost a shitload to make.
Oh, yeah.
So they were like, we need to make sure this makes money at the box office and try to recoup our losses. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, it was okay. It was nice, but it wasn't... Fuck yeah, I'm going to watch this. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if I'd watch it. Well, I would watch it again just to see if I could pick that stuff out, I think. And if I had a WarnerBros card, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Again.
Like, I would definitely watch that if it came out on streaming. Like, this looks good. Because, Robert Pattinson, you like him. Tony Collette, Mark Ruffalo. But again, I don't think it's that, like, it's not an Oppenheimer where we watched, that was 3 hours, 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed Oppenheimer, but I just enjoyed Christopher Nolan's directing and dialogue. Like, that's the thing. The dialogue in this was a bit not serious. Like, there were times where it was kind of serious, but it didn't feel... It's Nolan movies, there's a point where the dialogue feels kind of serious, kind of smart, and you're engrossed. Here I was just like, I'm watching a movie. I'm not really engrossed in the dialogue. Mark Ruffalo can't say his lines because he's struggling with the veneers. It's a bit funny. Now they're just saying some cultish church blabble. And now
they won't get over the source.
Yeah, and now the lead scientist is like I'm sorry, would you like there were things like it's just too much quirkiness. I think that's what kind of was like, I'm watching a movie.
There were some points where it'll have like these little like its own memes almost. It's like it has those funny quirky moments, but then it reuses the funny quirky moments several times throughout the movie until they overstay their welcome.
Yeah.
Like the Source.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're like, I get it. You're weird with Source, like.
Yeah, and the Source with Toni Collette was just like, again, way overdone. And even at the end where she does something. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone that watches this and hasn't watched the movie, but like she does something in like 2 seconds, and she's like, "New Source," and it's just like,
It's like, we get it.
The joke's overdone.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. You're into Source.
And that's that quirkiness. 100%. That's that A24 quirkiness. That's bleeding into every movie now that everyone's trying to do, and I feel like these studios and whatnot are starting to get to the point where they have kind of forgotten what a majority of the movie should be. Like, don't get me wrong, again, not a bad movie, it's just all these studios now are at a point where they're blowing hundreds of millions of dollars on movies, and then a movie comes out, it bombs, and they're all like,
We're never going to spend that much money on this stuff again.
And that's the thing. Well, they make all these movies and like they get all this massive cast, and then like the movie bombs, and then they blame whoever else but themselves, and it's like what was didn't that Challenges Zendaya movie bomb as well or something like that? Like,
I enjoyed that movie.
But that's the thing I like.
But also, why is everyone talking about that threesome scene?
I don't know. No,
and not this one.
I haven't watched it. No, this one didn't go hard enough.
It was literally the same.
Oh, what overhead shot of the hand going inside the pants, and then that was it. Didn't
it was literally. It was more than Challenges.
I haven't watched Challenges. Honestly, I actually no.
I was sitting watching Challenges, waiting.
You know the reason why no one's talked about this scene? Because no one's watched the movie.
Seen it.
No one's watched the movie.
No one's seen it.
Yay!
I was literally when that happened. I mean, like, it's not even a spoiler if you just read the fucking book. Anyway,
spoiler: Mickey17 is the 17th clone. I think the movie establishes that he dies and gets like. I'm sorry if you haven't watched the trailer.
But anyway, when that scene was rolling out, I was sitting there being like, how come no one's talked about this? Everyone's talked about, and because I saw Challenges, like I actually did really enjoy Challenges. I thought it was a good movie, but I don't know why everyone was flipping over that. It was just like a kiss scene.
It's because the meme is to make fun of Tom Holland, because obviously Zendaya and Tom Holland dating.
I haven't even seen that.
And
I haven't
everyone
even
just
seen
wants to
people
rib.
memeing about that.
Everyone just wants to rib Tom Holland because
Zendaya's getting action.
Which is ridiculous.
But that's the culture that we live in now.
That's ridiculous.
That's the culture we live in. Anyways, if you like threesomes, and if you like fake veneer teeth
and sci-fi,
Mickey17 is an okay movie.
10 out of 10
it's
okay.
Not great.
10 out of 10 okay film.
I would definitely. Oh, I was gonna think of something stupid to say, but I can't remember. I lost it.
I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say something like, damn.
I'm so shiny and gross. It's very hot.
It's because we're sweating.
I have sunscreen.
I turned the fan off so we can
if
make
you
this
like
a lot more
threesomes,
intimate.
we look like we just had one.
If you like threesomes, comment below if you're interested. We're looking.
No, not even, please.
But now look, streaming, I reckon it's going to do well. I feel like we enjoyed it because it was a date and we watched it as a couple. And unless the movie is absolutely dog shit, then I'll still kind of enjoy it.
I wonder what that chick who she was there by herself and then she left the second the credits rolled. She was like, bye. I wonder what she thought.
So there was the one chick that was by herself.
And the one dude that was by himself.
Which looked like I think she was bored and she had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Because she had a backpack on with a little satchel and a little shopping bag. So she'd obviously been like, I'm in the city. What am I going to do? I'm going to watch a movie. Robert Pattinson. And then there was the guy at the front who had a massive backpack on, who, again, looked like he'd come into the city to do something. And he was like, gold class, whatever. And then...
What did Michael say? What did he do?
No, it's just talking to the family in Greece. There was one other couple there, though. They left immediately.
Yeah, they might. Yeah. I didn't see them.
But yeah, no. It's
This is just going to be a podcast now, isn't it?
It is hard. It is a podcast. It is. I'll cut this down.
He's like, we just need 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah, we ramble.
We have
If you like ramblers and you're interested in a threesome, comment down below.
If you like...
Final thoughts on Mickey17? It's an okay movie.
Again, maybe. I'd watch it with my parents again.
Yeah.
I'd force my mum to watch it with me. It's too gory. No, she can't.
No, what's the gore?
It's too much for her. She doesn't like torture.
Oh, okay,
Or anything that feels like torture.
Oh, okay.
Or seems like torture or appeals to people who might enjoy torture.
Sure.
If you enjoy torture and you're looking for a good time...
And blood and stuff. And yeah.
If you like people that don't have veneers, let us know. Nah, I reckon we can finish it there.
Yeah.
I think we've repeated the same thing 30 times.
Yeah.
Fake veneers, quirky dialogue. It's too long.
But it has
It's
its
kind of
moments.
gory. VFX are pretty decent. Like
It would
they're
make
good.
some sick shorts.
Six shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you.
I'm sweating my arms.
I know, it's hot and gross.
Thanks for taking me to the movies and thank you for the KBBQ.
Oh yeah, I paid for the movie, by the way. I can say whatever I want about
I
it.
paid for the drinks and the KBBQ and
The movie was shit.
the ice cream.
Yay!
very good.
Time to turn the fan on. Oh, I'm sweating.
Why don't you go and turn on your fan? It's getting a little hot. Mickey's feeling a little hot
I
right
turned
now.
the fan on and the fan didn't work. And
You turned on the
I thought I
fan, the
was
fan
being
didn't
pu- I
work,
thought I
and then
was-
I fell
I was
down.
being punished by.
Am I even alive right now?
You know, all the other Mickeys, they didn't get punished like this, but I'm just being punished by, for some reason, this life, they just want to punish me like that. You know, the
I
Mickey's
don't
so
like
bad.
this Mickey. He's the worst Mickey out of all the Mickeys.
It's literally how it sounds like in the first 10 minutes.
He's the worst Mickey out of all the Mickeys. I didn't think that there was gonna be another Mickey that was this mean.
You know, growing up Mickey Barnes, I didn't realize it was going to be this hard to grow up as Mickey Barnes, but I grew up as
But
Mickey
okay,
Barnes.
but I love it though. I'm here for it. I thought it was hilarious. We are smashing into his like accent and stuff, but I thought
You
it
know,
was
I woke up.
You're
at
doing
4 in the
drugs
morning.
with him? Why are you doing the drugs with him? No, I have to get her back. She's mine.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is on.
There's a button to press to sync both video and audio.
Hello, this is me trying to do a recording. I can see how loud I'm talking.
Yeah. And it also has
It shows me the
32
volume.
and it's also got 32-bit float on board.
Oh wow, I should use this for my video games.
Yeah, so you can use it for your stuff.
If only they would sign an interim agreement. Oh, is that the fill light? That's going to be the fill light because you can put the fill light on there and you can put your weed in there.
No, trust me, I did that before. It's like press the record on the. If you press the record button again, it should stop it.
I can confirm that the sound is now recording again, but
No.
it didn't stop any of the recording. It was.
Oh no, it's the you got to actually press it.